Who could ever believe that riding a wave, tons and tons of water coming into your back and pushing you, riding a wave, is not one of the most amazing feelings that ever existed? Okay, well, keep it clean, okay? So, not that kind of conversation. But the only person that wouldn't know that sensation is someone that's never done it, that's never actually ridden a wave. I mean, when I was young, I never did the surfing thing. I lived in land, I lived in Johannesburg, and the coast was like 600 k's away, so I never actually got it. I tried a couple of times on a surfboard and fell in front of a surfboard one and hit me on the back of the nut and had to go stitches. So I don't know, standing up on water wasn't my kind of thing. Maybe I was pissed too often, I don't know. Anyway, didn't get there, but I body surfing. I love body surfing. In my day, when we were young, I mean, you got on a wave and bang, and off you went down the wave and rock and roll. But I look at the kids now, look at you guys now. My God, you guys are good. Sati, I mean, and hand planes just changed the whole dynamic, didn't it? I mean, boom, out on the board, catches the wave, pushes it out and slide down that wave. That's what we did. We started sliding down the wave. And I looked at this and I thought, it's very cool, eh? I mean, we put the hand out, but we follow the board. You know, we put the hand in front, and off we go and we follow. So we're cutting a great line down the wave. But I started thinking, why don't we have the same agility as surfers? I mean, surfers, bang, 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 up and down the wave, and it's agile, and their cut is epic. Whereas body surfers, we just sort of cruise down the wave, a little bit of fun and games, and some guys on boogie boards are actually quite phenomenal, aren't they? But I thought there must be some way that we can actually get the same thing, that surfers get the same sensation. And then it hit me that if you look at surfers, their center of gravity is high, right? They're standing on the board. So the way they can work is they're throwing their weight on either side of the board, so they can change their weight dynamic, which changes the cut on the board, and bang, 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 and up they go, and they do some amazing crap on the surfboards, aren't they? Where body surfing or even boogie boarding, your weight's low. So in other words, you can't turn around and get as good an edge. If you get an edge, you'll start sliding. You can't pull the same cuts. And I thought there has to be some way to do that. And I thought, so now what happens if I turn around and try and come up with something that gives that agility to a hand plane? And I came up with my little Manta. So now let's talk about the Manta. It's got a handle on it, as you can see, a bolt up, a really cool handle. So you can grip it, which means I can actually turn, I can get cut out of my board. But still it wasn't good enough. I mean, pushing it out in the front would turn around and give about pretty much similar to the hand plane, which is cool. I mean, I'm not knocking hand planes that are epic and amazing. But I thought, let's just try and explore the paradigm a little bit further. So I thought, okay, we'll put this out here. And I said, what else can I do to it? I thought, well, let me change the shape a little bit. So I put an edge on these two sides here. So in other words, when you're riding a wave, the wave coming over it can actually push against this, and it actually pulls you along. Other features, I thought, well, let me put a groove in here so I can actually put my wrist in it, that my body weight is pushing me into the board. It's not independent, they work in one unit. But then I thought, okay, that's so cool. And I thought, what happens if I change it even further? That instead of having one, I'll go with two. So I take two, which means I can sit on the wave, I can get onto the wave, I'm riding the wave, and then I can push myself out. So my center of gravity is between the two boards, and it gives me the agility of a surfer. And not only that, but the way I control it would be different, because I wouldn't push it out in front like a handle. I'd keep it close under my shoulders and just lift myself up, which means now my control is similar to snow skiing than actually surfing, the way I actually control, which means I can go up the wave, come down, up the wave, I can turn. The potential is frightening. I'd love you to try one of my boards. But anyway, let's go on and tell a bit more about it. I also put some kind of ribbing, I don't know if you can see at the bottom. So in other words, it pushes the water out from the board and actually increases your speed. And then another thing I thought of is I had the handle, okay, well this is the second handle, I adapted because some people were saying that the original handle was a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, because, let me show it to you, the original handle. This was like this, and the purpose of this So when I grip it, it pushes my hand down into the board. It's not just a grab. It pushes my hand. So for high performance, I can actually push myself and I don't lose my board. So those are the dynamics basic of the hand of the Manta. But why do I call it Manta? Well, I thought first of all dolphin or swordfish or marlin or something, but it doesn't really look like it, does it? Well, I mean, it doesn't really look. Looks a little bit like a Manta, except the tail's on top, it's not on the side. Mantas are so cool. And then I didn't call it the handplane, Manta's handplane, I called it surf spirit. Because as we know, every single wave has got its own spirit, own character. Every single ride is different. Yes, similar sort of things, but they are different, unique. And I wanted to get the context of body surfing is to unleash the surf spirit. The surf spirit, that spirit of the wave, you catch it with your board and on your ride. And this is my Manta. I'd love you to try it. If anyone's interested, please send me a WhatsApp or send me an email. My email is on the bottom here, and my number is on top. And I'd love you to try it. I've had people try it, but none of you experts, none of you boffins, none of you guys that are so good on big surf. And I can't wait to see someone taking two and eating the big surf. Have a lucky day, have good surfing fun, and catch it by that way. A good one. From Gavin, by the way, I'm Gavin, and hope you try out Manta Surf Spirit one day.